Alright guys, in this video we're going to be rebuilding a 5R55S solenoid pack, and there are actually early and late solenoid packs. This happens to be the later one, I believe 03 and up, and we're going to be rebuilding this and installing it in a car. Now, one of the main reasons why we can rebuild this is because I checked the solenoid pack and everything checks okay. So I would say there's no electrical problems with this solenoid pack. So we're going to rebuild this, and let's get started. Okay, pretty much what we're going to be doing is knocking these covers off of this is pressure control solenoid A, B, and C. And inside these solenoids, there is a solenoid bushing plunger that is probably sticking, not letting the solenoid armature or plunger move how it should. So we're going to take the bushings out, we're going to clean them, clean the solenoid pack on the inside, and then put everything back together. So we're going to start by knocking the covers off here, and pretty much just need a sharp chisel and a hammer, and you can just get right in here and give it a shot. And out that comes. That's solenoid C. Okay. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do, we got the covers off, and the next thing we're going to do is measure the depth of the solenoid bushing plunger. So we're going to use this, we're going to put it on each one and record each depth. Okay, so this is solenoid A, and this one is 314, so I'm going to mark that down. Okay, let's do B. And B is 312. And C. C is 313. All right, so now that we recorded each depth of the solenoid bushing plunger, we're going to take each one of them out. And that's done with a T20 socket. Alright, that's what one of them looks like. This is A. This here is another one, that's B. And we'll get C. Okay, now that the bushings are out, there's actually a small spring behind each one of them, and you certainly don't want to lose that. So what I do to get these out is I keep my fingers over, I use a little compressed air and keep my fingers over the hole, so when the spring does fly up, I won't lose it. So let's see if we can get these out. Okay. This is the spring here. And there's going to be one behind each of them, the A, B, and C. Okay, there's two. This one's right at the edge, so we'll use the scribe, and out it comes. Okay, so the reason why these things may be making the car shift funny is because the bushing gets burred up when it slides on the armature or the plunger. I guess this is one from another solenoid pack that I took apart. And you want to make sure that the bushing moves very freely, just like this. This actually is not that bad. But if it was sticking, what I normally do is I take a drill bit, I go inside, I run it, and I clean it out. And then I make sure it slides on easy. I hope that's getting in the camera. See how easy that is? So this is good. Now let's see how this one is. This is the B. This one actually is not that bad either. But we're going to run it through. Make sure it slides on there. Very nice. And C. It also looks good. I did want to make this video. This one actually is not that bad. Okay. So all these are good. Now the next thing I want to do is I clean out in here with a little solvent and blow it out lightly to make sure there's nothing in here that any crap in here is going to come out. And then after that, we put it back together. Okay, so it's already clean. I did that already. So I'm going to put each spring back. We want to make sure that the spring is seated down all the way. Okay. Okay. Now also, if you wanted to, you can put a little dab of Loctite on each one. These things are usually pretty good. They really don't move. So I'm just going to actually go ahead and put this back in. And we'll screw this down. And then we have to take the measurement again, because it has to be exactly where it was. Okay, so A, I have written down 314. So let's see what we have. Okay, has to go down way more. It's about 265. So we'll give it another turn. Okay, that's about 282. We're going to go a little more. Okay, actually 310. I'm going to go a little bit tiny turn. I'm going to back it up a hair. It's at 315. Okay, and that's good. 314. Okay, now the next one is 313. So this is B. We're going to put this one in. And this works pretty good because these solenoid packs probably over about $200. So it is a great way to save some. Okay, this is going to be backed up a little bit. A little bit more, it's at 316. And that's perfect, 313. Okay, now we're going to do the last one. That was also 313. Okay. Let's see where we're at with this one. All right, we're at 301. And that's perfect, 313. Okay. So that's pretty much it. And now for the covers, what I do is I get the super glue, and I pretty much would clean these up and put a dot, put a little super glue here, put a little here, and put the cap on, and it'll stay. I actually don't have it. I gotta go get some to finish this up, but that's pretty much how you would rebuild the 5R55SW and even N solenoid pack, as long as electrically it's okay and everything ohms out okay. You can rebuild these and put them back in the car and it should work okay. The last thing I wanted to tell you was, after the solenoid is rebuilt, what I would recommend doing is getting a little something like this, filling this with oil, and then putting the solenoid pack in here and let it soak to work all the air out. Because if you rebuild this and put it right in, it's going to be doing some crazy stuff until all the air gets worked out. So what I do is, after this is going to be rebuilt, I'm going to fill this thing with oil, and I'm going to soak this solenoid pack in oil until I'm ready to install it. But pretty much that's how you would rebuild a solenoid pack on one of these Ford units. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day, and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks.